Hi, my name is Maureen Hogan. I am one of the instructors for ETT229 Computers in Education. I'm going to walk you through the resume project this week that is going to be coming up. In your course, when you are in your course, if you scroll down, you'll see that there is a resume project open. So what you want to do is to access the materials for learning, you would just click on that link and it'll pop open a table or a informational panel that tells you how many times you can attempt. Now remember, it's set at 1, but if you make a mistake, there's not a problem with resetting that. Just email your instructor and let them know. Some of the instructors may already have that set up at 3 attempts. It just depends on the instructor. There's also a rubric that you can review, and we'll go through that in a little bit. It'll tell you the maximum points for this are 100 points, and you have the due date. In order to access the learning materials, just click on View Assessment, and it's going to open up some information. You'll also see that information panel here again. You'll see an overview of the project. We're going to be using Microsoft Word. Please make sure that you have downloaded Word onto your computer. If you want to know how to do that, you just go to your NIU, My NIU page, click on your email tab or link in that box. And then what's going to happen is if you are signed in, you are going to see your Office 365 navigation elements. Over in the upper right hand corner, you'll see a button that says Install Office. You would just click on that and then tell it to download Office 365. Now, in the job aids, there are some differences between the Office 365 and Microsoft 2016. But if you are confused, just make sure that you email your instructor about that content. Um, you'll see next that it talks about what skills you're going to be learning by completing this project. One of the things I want to emphasize is that you should not upload an already existing resume. And the reason why is that because there's a lot of different formats for resumes, but we're not really looking at the resume itself so much as we're looking at the skills of Microsoft Word. So for example, you may or may not have a header and footer in your resume, but you are going to be learning how to do that in this module. You also may not have tables in your resume, and you are going to be learning how to insert and modify tables. And you'll note there is a note that says do not use an existing resume. To access the assignment instructions, what we call a job aid, you would just click on whether you're Office for Mac or Office for Windows and click on that button or that link. It's going to open up in a new tab. You'll see that the job aid is in a PDF format. And if you want to download it to your computer, you can go ahead and click download, or you can just increase the size on the screen of whatever browser that you're using. There's different ways of doing that, so you have to look that up for your particular browser. The resume project guidelines will review again the skills, and then it also gives some information about submission, which is also in the assignment instructions on that first page. But I want to emphasize here that there is a file naming system that you need to use. You need to, when you save your document, you want to make sure that you're saving it as ETT229 underscore last name underscore resume. This naming system is consistent throughout the course. And if you, it also helps as you continue through life to think about putting in these underlines. The reason why is because the Windows search index is very generalized. So for example, if you're looking for a specific resume and you don't have like an underscore in there, it will, like, let's say you want a resume from 2016. Um, if your current resume also has 2016 in the document, it's going to pull up every resume that has the year 2016, and it could have the other people's resumes. So get in the habit of coming up with some kind of naming system for your files. That way it helps you to organize your computer better. You'll also see that there is some information about the rubric here. This is a general rubric. The one in the system, in the course, is a little bit more specific for each area. So you can review that. Um, and then it goes into step-by-step instructions. I highly recommend that you follow each instruction step by step and not try to mimic the document with your own word skills, simply because you might miss a key element or a key step. Make sure that you save your project. You can also make sure that your Microsoft Word is set to auto save. So if you go into your document, um, you'll notice that up here you have an auto save. You can turn it on and off. I like to keep auto save on. That way I don't have to worry about saving it myself. So make sure that that is something that you are aware of while you're completing your assignment. I'm trying to think. I think that that's pretty much everything for that. Um, let's see. Um, You'll notice here then you have some helpful tips. Oh, we also have a student sample resume. So when you click on that, it's going to show you what the resume will look like when you're done. Notice we're using tables, and that provides us nice, neat alignment. Make sure that when you're looking at your document visually, that it has some of the same balance and spacing that this one does. You'll see that there's a footer here, and then you'll see the references area. Now, please be cautious also when you do your final portfolio. Do not include personal information in that final resume that you upload. Make sure that you are deleting any personal information from your references as well. It's just to get an idea of um, the portfolio is just putting your resume in generally, so you want to put the body of information in there and maybe just a contact hyperlink. To submit the document, there is instructions here. You're going to just click on this add content, and then navigate to where you're going to click on the add content. And then what you want to do is you are going to click this add insert button, and then you're going to insert local files, and then locate your resume. So that is how you would insert your document. You can also then add some information to the instructor, any comments or anything that you want to put into your submission. One final thing is that in your resume, if you do have questions in the project, you'll notice up in the upper right-hand corner, whether you are in the partial screen view or in the view assessment, full screen view, there is a conversation button, a little icon up there. Click on that, and you can add any questions that you have about the assignment. That is a good way to let other students know about your questions, because somebody else may have the same question. So make sure that you're using that feature to ask questions. If you have any other questions, you can contact your instructor. Remember that each of the instructors has a 1-hour online session that you can go get answers to your questions. And we also have a tech support session every Monday from 12 to 2 in Gable Hall. Have a great week. Bye.